ससूनोपयामि मुनीना नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रये नमो किञ्चनवित्ताय निवृत्तगुणवृत्तये आत्मा रामाय शान्ताय कैवल्यपतये नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। श्रीमद् भागवतम फर्स्ट कैंटो सेकंड चैप्टर एंटाइटल्ड डिविनिटी एंड डिवाइन साइंस, श्लोका 21। भिद्येते हृदय ग्रंथे छिद्यन्ते सर्व संशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दृष्टयेवात्मनीश्वरे। भिद्यते हृदय ग्रंथे छिद्यन्ते सर्व संशया क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दृष्टयेवात्मनीश्वरे। भिद्यन्ते हृदय ग्रंथे छिद्यन्ते सर्व संशया क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दृष्टयेवात्मनीश्वरे। भिद्यते pierced, हृदय heart, grandhi knots, छिद्यन्ते cut to pieces, sarva all, samshayaha misgivings, kshiyante terminated, cha and yes asya his karmani chain of fruitive actions, drishte having seen, eva certainly, atmani unto the self, ishware dominating. Translation: thus the knot in the heart is pierced and all misgivings are cut to pieces. The chain of fruitive actions is terminated when one sees the self as master. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namine. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवान् प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासद गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुलंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। आराध्य भगवान् व्रजेशतनया तद्धाम बृन्दावनं रम्या काचिदुपासना प्रजवधू वर्गेण वा कल्पिता श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलं प्रेमापुमार्दो महान् श्रीचैतन्यमहाप्रभोर्मतमिदं तत्रादरनः परा योऽन्तप्रविश्य मम वाच मां प्रसुप्तान् सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्ति धरस्वधाम्ना अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् पुराणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Mataji. Thank you very much for joining the call. So we are discussing what is that divinity and divine science. Divinity means the Supreme Lord. Last class, uh, what was the last class? Let's quickly go to it once, then we'll come back here. Yeah. Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogatah bhagavad tattva vijnanam mukta sangasya jayate. Prasanna manaso. Thus, established in the mode of unalloyed goodness, the man whose mind has been enlivened by contact with devotional service to the Lord gains positive scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead in the stage of liberation from all material association. So, what was the requirement? The requirement is to come to unalloyed goodness. Goodness, alloyed goodness, unalloyed goodness. So, that is the requirement. Unless we come to unalloyed goodness, Shuddha Sattva, we cannot see things as it is, as they are. That is the biggest problem. Even in the stage of Sattva, also there is some kind of confusion. We cannot see what is what. Especially in Tamoguna, you see something and you understand something else. Just like a drunkard is in complete Tamoguna. But when we see them, how they walk, how they see, everything opposite. They are in misery. They are rolling on the ground. They are rolling in the gutter. But if you ask them, hey, how are you? He says, I'm fine, I'm happy, very happy. I'm blissful. It's completely opposite. He himself says, he himself understands that in what condition he is once he comes to his senses. Once his delirium is gone, he will understand what happened. That's called tamoguna. And tamoguna, opposite. Rajoguna, little better. You can see things as they are, but it's not complete. Satvaguna, yes, things are much better. But is that enough? No. In Satvaguna, sometimes it's more dangerous. That's why it is very tough to bring people to Krishna consciousness who are in Sattva Guna. They think that, well, we are already good. What else is there beyond good? You do good, you be good, and you do good. You're doing some charity, you're, doing pilgrimages, you're conducting some yajnas, you're doing some charity. No, you don't think bad, you don't do bad. Everything is good. Then, what is the need of going to God? I'm already good. Generally, the tendency is if I am bad, I'll do something to become good. But I'm already good. What is one time one person came to Srila Prabhupada and Swamiji, I'm good. I'm a vegetarian. Swamiji said, well, the monkeys in the forest are also vegetarians. The elephant is also vegetarian. What is the use? Are you a better vegetarian than monkey and elephant? No. They are strict vegetarians. Even they will die, but they don't eat meat. What is the use? So, like that, goodness is like that. So, unless we come to pure goodness, then we cannot understand God, Krishna, perfectly. Yeah. As it is. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna as it is. Bhagavad Gita as it is, Krishna as it is. That's not possible. So that's why, so it's very essential to come to uh, Suddha Sattva, right? So now here, Vidyate Hridaya Grandhe Siddhyante Sarva Samshaya Kshiyante Chasya Karmane Drishta Eva Atmaneshware. The knot Vidyante Hridaya Grandhi. The knot is, we discussed this in the before Vishloka. What is that? Yad Anudhyasana Yukta Karma Grandhi Nibandhanam. There also same thing came, Grandhi. Here also Hridaya Grandhi. So this Grandhi is not, it's very tough to untie it because it's not one lifetime. Millions of billions of lifetimes we have been adding that to knot. Not over knot, not over knot, not over knot is going on. How can you untie it? But unless you untie it, unless you cut into pieces, you cannot get out. In the Bombay, that Colaba area, the ships are tied, anchored. How the how they are how the ropes are made? You take three wires, metal wires, and they braid it, braid it, and they will take three such braided wires. Again, they braid it. They takes three more uh, braided wires like that. Again, they braid it. Three, 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 three. In that, there will be thick, a handful size of thick ropes, and they are anchored. How much, wind came, em- the ship may be torn into tear into pieces, but the rope will not break. Why? It is so complicatedly it's made up. Like that, the knots in the heart are like that. It is not. It's not easy to break that knot. That is Siddhyante Sarva Samshayaha. There are so many doubts, right? Misgivings, and all misgivings are cut to pieces. Thus, the knot in the heart is pierced, and all misgivings are cut to pieces. The chain of operative actions is terminated when one sees the self as master. So once that misunderstandings or misgivings or all the knots are cut to pieces, the chain of free to actions means that karma grandhi nibandhanas, bandhanas nibandhanas, karma grandhi nibandhana. I have a million lifetime backs. I have done something that made me to take one next birth. In that lifetime, I have done something else that made me to take next birth. In this way, one action is one action is making another reaction. That reaction is another. In this way, the fruitive results or fruitive actions are there. How can we break it? There is no way. There is no way a human uh, effort or human endeavor can mitigate it. Okay, I have done that. To remove that, I'll do something else. No, it's called material problems with material solutions. There are no material resolutions or material solutions which can remove this. Only spiritual, unless God has intervened into it, we cannot come out. That time we were given the example. The example, we were into that quicksand. When we were in the quicksand, we cannot come out on our own. Somebody has to pull out from top. Otherwise, there is no way. You have to drown, you have to go down again and you drown and you die there. That's it. It's only a matter of time. The only way out is somebody has to pull us out. So in this world, who who can pull us out? Because everybody in the drowning, everybody in that quicksand. If two people are already in the quicksand, they cannot lift each other. If they try to lift each other, the both will go down. So that's why in this material world, everybody is in the quicksand. Who will pull us? No one can pull us. No one can pull us. So the only one thing is somebody from top, somebody who's above, above the quicksand, outside the quicksand can pull us. What is this quicksand? This quicksand is nothing but three modes of material nature. Sattva, Rajas, Tamo, Gunas. This is the quicksand. Tamo is pushing one way, Raju is pushing another way, Sattva is pushing another way. All these three gunas are pushing or pulling and drowning us in the sand. So how can we come out? Somebody who is above the modes. Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Nistraigunya Arjuna. Arjuna, understand that Veda means understand Traigunya Vishaya. This world is Trigunatmakam. And these Vishayas or the sense objects are filled with three modes. Traigunya Vishaya, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Bhava means become. You have to become Nistraigunya, no Traigunya. Come out of the three modes of material nature. As long as you are in these three modes, you cannot understand. Karmatmakam yena sarira bandha. You are always thinking in these terms only. And that binds this world, this soul. So that's why, so only hope is to pull out. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Aham tvam, aham, me, tvam, you, I, aham tvam, sa mokshayishyami, I'll deliver you. Ma suchaha. Don't worry, don't cry. I will pull. So like that, somebody has to pull us. Uh, somebody who is somebody is drowning in the water. So who will pull us? Somebody is on the bank. He only can pull us. So like that. So the chain of free to actions is terminated when one sees the self as the master. Yes, now this is important. Very basics of philosophy. What is it, self or super self? Self is soul. Self as the master. For this body, the soul is the master. But it's very difficult to understand. If at all you understand also, it's very difficult to apply. Many people know this, I'm not this body, I'm soul. Of course, 99% people don't know that they are other than body. They always think, especially forget about the animal kingdom, plants, birds, they don't have any idea, zero idea. In the human beings also, 99% people are no idea. They don't even think. They don't have time to think about it. They don't have opportunity to think about it. They are not fortunate enough to think about it. So many things. Forget 1%. In 1%, maybe knowing I am the body, I'm not the body, I'm spiritual. Just by saying is not enough. Just by understanding that, well, I am soul. In that 1%, many, in that 1%, 99% of that 1% think that they are God. They think that I know I know who is God. I am that God. Everybody is God. Gone case. In that 1%, 99%, there is 1%. 1% of that 1% think that I am different, self is different, super self is different, Atma is different, Paramatma is different. Okay, very good. You are very rare. Right? We spoke that day. Sudhurlama Prashantatma, Kotishu api Mahamune. Out of that crores of Mahamunis, one is very rare. So that means what? Even though that 1% of the 1% understanding, I am the soul, super soul is there, then what are you doing? You have to do something. Till that time, having knowledge is no use. Yes, it's definitely rare. Coming to that position, it's very rare. Ravindaksha Vimuktamaninis Tvayastabhavada Vishuddha Buddhaya Aruhya Krishyana Param Padam Pata Patanti Adu Usmadangraya. Very beautiful slogan, I think, in where in seventh canto, I think. Ye anye Aravindaksha Vimuktamaninas. Aravindaksha. Aravinda means lotus. Aravindaksha, the lotus side. There are some people, ye anye Aravindaksha Vimuktamaninas. They don't know about this Aravindaksha, the Supreme Lord, Lord Sri Krishna. They don't know. Ye anye Aravind Vimuktaman. Tvayasta bhavad avishuddha buddhaya. Shuddha buddhi, avishuddha buddhi. Again, Shuddha Sattva, Shuddha buddhi. Their intelligence is not purified yet, even though they have come to such a stage. See the rarity of it. You have come to such a stage, but your intelligence is not purified. You don't know what is what. You think everything is same, everything is one, everything is same, and that everything is I am that everything. That means your intelligence is not so refined state. Aruhya kruchena. Aruhya means to reaching that a higher stage by climbing to such a stage. Arohana, avarohana, right? Aruhya. So you have reached such a highest stage. Of what is that highest stage? That Brahman stage. Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. Three stages are there. So Aruhya Krutyena, Parampadam. That is the Paramapadam. That is the supreme destination. But there is a gradation. The lower stage of the supreme destination called Brahman stage or impersonal understanding of God. Aruhya Krutyena, Parampadam Tata, Patanti. Padipato. You will go down, you will get down, you will fall down. Patanti means you will fall down. Aruhya Krutyena, Parampadam Tata, Patanti, Ishmadangreya. Because they don't have, they don't have the idea of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. He has got lotus eyes and he has got lotus feet. When he has lotus eyes and lotus uh, feet, then he has got lotus legs, then he has a lotus body. That means he has got a body. But they think that there is God, there is no form for God. Yesterday I was thinking, everybody, especially the Islam people 100% think that God doesn't have a form. They're completely convinced. Everybody, all the sects of Islam, they think that God doesn't have a form. Okay, very good. But they do namaz 5 times a day. In that they call the name of the Lord. Allahu Akbar. Name is there. When name is there, if form is not there, why the name is there? If anything has got a form, we can name it. Including sky doesn't have a form, but you have a name it. We call it a sky, Akash. We have some name for it, isn't it? So why not, when you are calling God to hear your prayers, so then why doesn't have a form? Fundamental question is, without name, without form, where is the name? It's foolish to think that God doesn't have a form. And on top of that, you are praying to Him, you are glorifying Him so much with so many hymns. What is the purpose? When He doesn't have form, how He is going to hear your prayers? You are asking for something, then how He is going to, without having hands, legs, how He is going to give that whatever you asked. So it's absurd, foolish to think that God doesn't have a form. It doesn't exist. Right? He may not have a form like yours and mine. Yes, our forms are so temporary, so disgusting. Sometimes we don't like our form, even though it look like God's form, but this is made up of blood, mucus, urine, stool, all these things. We don't like our body. Forget about other bodies. But God's form is not like that. It's a transcendental body, which never deteriorates, which never takes birth, which never dies. That is the understanding. Okay, coming to the point, what is that? The chain of free actions is terminated when one sees the self as the master. That's what, parabhavastavad abodha jata. So we are defeated when you don't see the self as the master. Self is there, super self is there. That's just a beginning of Bhagavad Gita. This is the beginning of Bhagavatam. If you don't, there is no need of reading Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. Forget about it. These are the fundamental requirements to establish and to go further. What is that? Self is there, the Atma is there. That is the master of this body. Bhumirapo analo vayu kammano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yemme भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टदा अपरेयम इतस्त्वन्याद अपरेयम इतस्त्वन्याद प्रकृतिम विद्धि में पराम जीवभूतम महाबाहो ययेधम धार्यते जगत. The two slokas are very important. Krishna in seventh canto, seventh chapter of Bhagavad Gita is explaining what is that? There are two prakritis. Apareyam vitas anyat prakritum vidhi me param. So there is another prakriti. Apart from this prakriti, this nature, there is another nature. What is that other nature? Jiva bhutam. Jiva bhutam is the living entities, the living force. Yayedham, yayedham dharyate jagat. That living force is trying to control or trying to hold this other nature. What does that mean? So this soul or all the living entities are trying to control this para prakriti, the dead matter. So, but this is also prakriti. One is non-living prakriti, another is living prakriti. So living prakriti is superior than the non-living prakriti. So what is this non-living prakriti? That is soul. In physics, in quantum mechanics, they call matter and antimatter. Right? Matter we can understand. What is this antimatter? That means again opposite to the matter. Why don't you give a name? They don't call it as spirit. If they call it as spirit, they will be in trouble. So they want to prove it there is no spirit. They want to disprove the spirit. That's why they call it as antimatter, but they don't call it as spirit. Matter is there, antimatter is there. Is the matter controlling the antimatter or antimatter controlling the matter? Is the spirit controlling, spirit is controlling the matter or matter is controlling spirit? Matter is coming from spirit or spirit is coming from the matter? They want to prove that mix the matter in such a way, spirit comes out. Ah. How many of you created that like that? Have you created any spirit clubbing the matter? Put all the calcium, magnesium, potassium, blood, mucus, urine, stool, you get together, everything composition uh, in proportionate and bring that together and bring the force out. No, that has not done so far yet. Right? Matter, what is life comes from life. Prabhupada wrote a book. Life comes from life. Life doesn't come from matter. Like that. So everybody knows that, but they don't want to accept it. And they want to prove it. When you will prove it? We'll prove it in the future. What is the future? No date. Post-dated check. They give a post-dated check. After 10,000 years, we will produce life from matter. He will not be there, I won't be there. Nobody will be there. So what is the proof? What is the guarantee? The point is, what is that? Uh, Same point where Arjuna got confused. Arjuna got confused about this point only. He didn't know that the self has the master. But Krishna said that. Especially Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, from shloka number 11 onwards, 20 shlokas, Krishna explained this point only, fundamentals of Bhagavad Gita. That's identity crisis. He has cleared the crisis. He has solved the crisis. What is that identity crisis? Who are you? Kastvam koham kutaya ayataha kame putra kame janani. In Mahamudgaram, Shankaracharya is writing that Kastvam, who are you? Koham, who am I? Kastvam koham kuta ayataha. Where you have come from? Kame janani, who is your mother? Kome tata, who is your father? Just one shloka. Entire uh, Sambandha Gyan has described there. He has asked, these are the questions. Astvam koham kuta ayatah kame jani kame dada iti paribhavaya tattva vicharam. This is what we have to study. This is what we have to do the research. That's why the human life is given. Not that I'll go to moon planet and die there. That's not the purpose of the life, goal of the life. You are not going to do anything there. This is your test ground. Everything is here, available. You test that, you do that, you find out that. Otherwise, you are defeated. You will be dead. You cannot do anything. Right? As long as this body is strong and stout, you can do something. Otherwise, what can you do? What is that? There's a beautiful shloka in where in what is it in Chanakya? Chanakya says that. I remember the shloka, but let me get that shloka. Yeah, yavat swastohi ayam deho yavat mrityu durataha tavat hatan kuryat pranante kim karishyati. What a beautiful shloka. It's like a slap. Slap. Yavat swastohi ayam deho. As long as this deha, this body is swastha, is healthy. As long as this body is healthy, strong, stout, young, you can do something, good or bad. Yavan mrityu, yavan mrityuscha durataha. When the death is little far away, little distant, and somebody is living for 100 years, at the age of 20, 30, 40, 50, he has to do something. Because The death is little far, 50 more years is there. You have to do this. You have to do something in this direction. Uh, Next to Tavat Atmahatan Kuryat Pranante Kim Karishyati. Yeah, Tavat Atmahat Kuryat. When uh, when the Mrityu is around the corner, what will you do? Kim Karishyati. What will you do? You're already fearful. I'm already 60, I'm already 70, I'm already 80, I'm not going, when I'm going to die, how I'm going to die. All these things are there. So where is the time for you, or where is the uh, consciousness for you to think about all these things? So not possible. That's why it said as soon as possible. Today, not today, now itself. From now itself, I'll start the research. Who am I? Where I come from? Where I'm going to? We are all going. Where? We have to go. One day we have to go. Where are you going? Without destination, without knowing the destination, we are all going. Where? It's very unfortunate. Very sad. You are going, but you don't know where you are going. Just like uh, you have some luggage, nicely packed your luggage, and you started your journey. You came out of the house and you are going. Somebody asks, hey, where are you going? I don't know where I am going. how, how foolish it is. You are going, but you don't know where you are going. Just like a beggar, or just like a mendicant. They don't have any destination. They just roam, that's all. They can't stay at one place. More than 3 days, they cannot stay one place because they have a idea. If I'm there at that place for 3 days, I will be attached to this place. That's why for every day they travel. They live in the railway station. They live under the tree. They live under the near the temple. They just walk. They are going, 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 going. They don't have any destination. Of course, they have a higher destination. They know, but physically, on this planet, they don't have any destination. They don't have any home. They don't have a home. There's wandering sadhus, but they know their final destination. But for us, for a materialistic person, he is leaving the body. He has to leave the body. Very good. Where are you going? No idea. So this is the situation. So that's what he said. Um, ra- yeah. So when one sees the self as the master. Yes, I am the self. I am the master of this body. Okay. I know how to operate this body. And using this body, I have to go to some destination. What is the destination? Super self. Self as the master, the super self. I have to reach the super self. Further, what I have to do? How can I utilize this body, this vehicle? That is the real point. Right? Okay, now let's come to the purport Prabhupada writes. Yeah, what is it? Attaining scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead means seeing one's own self simultaneously. Yes. Yeah. Attaining scientific knowledge of the personality of God means seeing one's own self simultaneously. That means the coin is there. Coin has got two sides. If coin has got only one side, that is not usable. That throw into the water. It's useless. The coin should have two sides. One side the value, another side the government's symbol, right? Then only that coin is useful. Like that, the self is there, super self is there. If a coin has got two sides, the same thing, will that be usable? Usable? One coin is there, two sides are same. Can we use? No. It's not accepted. Nobody will accept it. Both the sides, what do you call that? What is that? Lines, four lines, right? That four lines is both sides. Will the coin will be useful? No. Both the sides, it is mentioned as 100 rupees, 100 rupees, both sides. Will that accept? No. This is the best example. So one side, the value should be there, and the government name, everything there. Other side, government symbol is there. Logo is there. Then that coin is usable. Like that, there is soul on one side, the other is super soul. That is the understanding. This is a scientific way of understanding. Otherwise, it is a whimsical understanding. As far as the identity of the living being as spirit self is concerned, there are a number of speculations and misgivings. The materialist does not believe in the existence of the spirit self, and empiric philosophers believe in the impersonal feature of the whole spirit without individuality of the living beings. Both are wrong. One fellow is thinking that there is no God or there is no soul. Everything is matter. Okay? But the other fellow, what he is thinking? Well, there is cell, there is a soul, but there is only one soul. Everything is soul. There is no difference. There is no distinction. That's why there is no distinction. Everything is same. Both are same. One is saying that there is no God. Another is saying that everybody is God. There is God, but everybody is God. When everybody is God, there is no God. Isn't it? Everybody is the prime minister of the country. Is there a prime minister to the country? No. Why you are calling prime? First of all, why you are calling him as a minister? On top of that, why you are calling a prime minister? It doesn't make any sense. Everybody is a living being. So that's why these are two dangerous theories are there. But both are equally dangerous. We cannot say that one is that fellow is dangerous, but this fellow is not. To be frank, this fellow is more dangerous than that fellow. The person who is saying God is not there is fair. We can it's easy to deal with. But the person who is saying that God is there and he says that I am that God, it's very difficult to deal with this fellow. One is ignorant fool, one is the intelligent fool. Whom we can, uh, uh, who is easy to handle? It's easy to handle the ignorant fool. Intelligent fool you cannot handle. So the problem in the world today is the problem with the intelligent fools. Right? So that's why, yeah, the empiric philosophers believe in the impersonal feature of the whole spirit without individuality of the living. But transcendentalists affirm that the soul and the super soul are two different entities, qualitatively one, but quantitatively different. This is the beautiful, beautiful uh, philosophy which is given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? This is, there are what? One, Advaita philosophy, Dvaita philosophy, Vishishta Advaita philosophy, then Achintya Bheda Tattva philosophy. There are four philosophies, broadly. Right? What is that Advaita philosophy? Advaya, Dvaita, Advaita. Dvaita. Dvaita means two, Advaita means no two. Everything is one. Of course, that's wrong interpretation, but still, a majority section of the people think that then everything is one. I am one, you are one, everybody is one, which is propounded by Sripad Shankaracharya. Of course, in the morning, I was reading Shankaracharya's Mahamudgaram from top, the 34 shlokas are there. Shankaracharya was very clear in his, especially in Bhaja Govindam prayers. He says, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. He's scolding us. You fool, worship Krishna, Govinda, Vishnu. Is clearly mentioning, right? And in many places, in the many shlokas, he was mentioning Vishnu, Murari, uh, Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranam, Shripati. In this way, he is mentioning, he is very clear. But the followers of Shankaracharya, they think that well, everything is one. Of course, some places he has mentioned that to bewilder the some people. So, Advaita philosophy, then he said everything is one. Then Advaita came, he said that nothing is one. Everything is two. No, no two are same. Yeah. No two are same. You take any two things, they never be the same. They're completely different. You take any two things, they are different at one point. 99.9999 place only. But 0.00001% is difference is there. You cannot find out. Your abilities are not enough to identify the difference, but they are different. That's what completely opposite of Shankaracharya is Madhvacharya. Then Vishishtadvaita. Mm. Vishishtadvaita is propounds the material nature is there. Material nature is a different energy of the Krishna, energy of Krishna, and that he propounded. And then what is that? Achintya Veda Abheda Tattva has come. This has solved all the problems actually. Achintya Veda Abheda. Simultaneously, one and difference. Okay? Qualitative oneness and quantitative difference. Yes, qualitatively one only, but quantity wise completely different. The drop of water is there, the ocean of water is there. Yes, the composition of the water is same hydrogen, same oxygen, same salt, everything is there. But what is the quality? Quantity? Quantity of salt available in the ocean water is cannot be compared to the salt in the drop of water. Qualitatively one, yeah. You take a liter of water, put in your mouth, same salty. Put a drop of water in your mouth, same salty. Quality is same, but quantity, that is liter, this is drop. That is ocean, this is drop. Like that, God and Krishna, Jiva and the Ishvara, qualitatively one. Sat, Chit, Ananda, Vigraha. This is the quality. The quality of soul and super soul is Satchidananda Vigraha. Sat, eternal. Chit, knowledgeable. Ananda, blissful. Vigraha, formful. Form is there. Soul has the form. Super soul has the form. Soul is blissful. Super soul is peaceful. Soul doesn't have, soul doesn't die, super soul doesn't die. Soul has got all the knowledge, super soul has also got all the knowledge. This is qualitative oneness. Quantitative, your size is 1/10,000 the tip of the hair. Can you imagine? This is the size of the soul. What is the size of super soul? You cannot estimate. You are already 1/10,000 tip of the hair. How can you understand and estimate and express what is the size of the super soul? Even if it is the size of the soul, is, super soul is tip of the hair, is also uh, it is 10,000 times bigger than the soul. Because the soul is 1/10,000 tip of, one part in 10,000 parts of the tip of the hair. If you think that God is like a tip of the hair, is 10,000 times bigger than you, at least for our understanding. So that is the difference. That is a qualitative oneness and quantitative difference. That's all. If we understand that, everything falls into place. Right? There is a connection. Okay, there are many other theories, but all these different speculations are at once cleared off soon as Sri Krishna is realized in truth by the process of bhakti yoga. When you come to know, when you are established in bhakti, when you are serving Krishna, everything comes. Everything comes, everything falls in place. Everything will be cleared, everything will be understood just to coming into bhakti. We all know, but God is there, okay, very good. Some understanding is there. Then you know how small you are, how helpless you are, how insignificant you are. That is, we are able to understand. With that understanding, just try to pray to God. Krishna, please help me. I don't know how to understand you. I don't know how to understand myself. You please help me. You just surrender to Him. You don't have to do anything. Just have that thought, have that understanding, and Krishna will take over. That's called Adau Shraddha, Tatau Sadhu Sangha, Ado Bhajana Kriya, Tato Anurddha Nivritti. Then Nishtha, Ruchi, Bhava, Prema, everything falls, which is just a chain of actions. Just chain of actions. You don't have to worry. Okay. What is that next? No. Sri Krishna is like the sun, and the materialistic speculations about the absolute truth are like the darkest midnight. As soon as the Krishna sun is arisen within one's heart, the darkness of material speculations about the absolute truth and the living beings at once cleared off. In the presence of the sun, the darkness cannot stand, and the relative truths that were hidden within the dense darkness of ignorance become clearly manifested by the mercy of Krishna, who is residing in everyone's heart as the super soul. Yeah, it's cloudy today here, thick cloud about to rain. But when sun comes, everything be, all the clouds will be scattered. What is that? Kechit kevalaya bhaktya vasudeva parayana akam dunvanti kartne niharameva bhaskara. The beautiful sloka in sixth canto Srimad Bhagavatam. Kechit kevalaya bhaktya, kevala bhakti. Bhakti is there, kevala bhakti is there. Kevala bhakti means the unallied devotion, pure, pure devotion, Shuddha bhakti. Kechit kevalaya bhaktya vasudeva parayana. If we have the devotion, unallied devotion to Krishna, parayana, parayana means you are completely dependent on Krishna. So if you have that devotion, Kechit Kevalaya Bhakti Vasudeva Parayana, Agam Dhunvanti Karsnenya, Niharameva Bhaskara. Agam means sinful, sins. Or darkness, uh, uh, darkness of our sins. Our sins are like dark. How are they? They are like a fog, a mist, especially in the Delhi area in the December, November, December, January, the fog is filled. You cannot see each other. Within few meters also you cannot see each other. So many accidents will happen. Why the fog is so thick, so dense. But what are the materialistic solutions available to dissipate that fog? Can we do something to remove that fog in certain area for few kilometers? I just want to remove, especially in the airport area, the flights are flying, so it's not good. So let's remove, having some materialistic arrangement and remove the fog. Can we do that? Throughout the world, so advanced countries like America, can they do that? Recently, there was snow. Some 3,000 flights were shut down, cancelled all the flights. They cannot do anything. Well, you have so much advancement, scientific this, that. Why can't you do that? Why don't you clear the fog? Clouds? No, you are helpless. That's what the sloka is. Agam, dhunvantika asmi, niharamiva bhaskara. Bhaskara means sun. When the sun comes, within an hour of time, the entire fog in that entire area is dissipated. That is God's arrangement. Like that, our sins are like darkness. Unlimited sins are there. Mountains of sins are there. Papa Rashi. Rashi means pile, a mountain of pile. How are you going to remove them? Just Krishna. Krishna has to remove them. Nobody can remove. That's what Krishna said. What is it? Aham dvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. I will remove that. Same meaning. Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Kechit kevalaya bhaktiya. That is important. Bhakti, kevala bhakti is important. Mam ekam sharanam. That's what kevala bhakti. Kevala bhakti means mam ekam sharanam raja. Krishna, you are the only shelter. I'm not going to approach 100 people. I don't have time. I don't have energy. You are the only one. Kevala bhakti. Bhagavatam saying, Krishna says, kevala bhakti. Mam ekam sharanam raja. You surrender to me. I'll take care of. Then done. When sun comes, everything is dissipated. Nothing can stand in front of sun. No cloud can stand. No fog can stand if sun wants. So basically, the point is divinity and divine science. Divine science is nothing but bhakti, Kevala bhakti. Bring that bhakti. With that bhakti, your tamo is gone, your rajo is gone, your sattva is gone, and you develop some love for Krishna, and everything will be in place. Okay. So like that. So another two paras of purport is there, but I'm not going to read. But we got the essence. The essence is the knot should be pierced. The knot is there, unremovable knot. That should be removed. How? Just by bhakti, surrendering to Krishna. Then he will untie it. He will remove it or he will cut it. So bhakti, the sword of bhakti will cut that knot into pieces. then everything will be dismantled. That's all. This is called power of bhakti. Okay, so we'll stop here. Questions? We know this. Everybody knows this. We have been repeating, discussing everything same, but it has to be done again and again repeatedly.
Hare Krishna
Otherwise, give it.
Prabhu.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
नाश्ता
There
करा
is a
आज? नाश्ता करा प्रभु जी आज?
Sorry, I didn't hear. Not clear in voice.
బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్ చేశారా ఈ రోజు?
ఇంకా లేదు bro. Not yet.
Prabhu ji, okay, you are practicing that 16 hours fast.
Yeah, the doctor told, right? So that's why I'm doing that. I'm following the doctor.
You have to check your weight, Prabhu ji.
Today, Prabhuji, today somebody sent one WhatsApp in the hospital. A patient was asking doctor, what happens after death? Then doctor say, we clean your bed and something like that. And next patient come in the hospital. So they were telling, don't ask spiritual questions to the doctor in the hospital.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's an amazing answer. Yes, that's the right answer too. Because doctor sees only body.
Yes. Prabhuji, when soul size is so small, and then why such a big universe is created?
Because there are so many souls. Not one soul. There are millions of billions of trillions souls are there. So for to accommodate all of them, and the soul size is small, the bodies are big. Their bodies are big. So to accommodate all the bodies, yes, bigger universe is needed. Yeah, bigger bodies. People, the souls are requesting different bodies, bigger bodies, bigger bodies. So to accommodate all of them, yes, to facilitate, to feed them, the bigger universe is needed.
So because I think 3-4 part is spiritual word, I think you told, and 1/4 is the materialistic word, like that. So spiritual word, we doesn't need any body, but in the materialistic world only we need.
Yes, in the materialistic world we need a material body. In the spiritual world we need a spiritual body.
Okay.
Spiritual body is there. Yeah, spiritual body is there. That the spiritual world is so big. So
a spiritual body will be like some kind of a form, shape only, no weightless, weightless thing.
This form, it has got the form, everything is there. But not this, not like a matter. Not like flesh, bone, marrow. Like that. But yes, bigger bodies. To be frank, the spiritual body is much bigger than this material body. Yeah, in the olden days, the material body was much bigger than this. The material body is every day is going down, shrinking. In the olden days, people used to be tall like toddy trees, tall trees, such a long people. But nowadays, people have become to 5 feet, 4 feet, 3 feet, and it will go down. It will become like 1 feet. The oldest fellow will be 1 feet. It goes down. So like that.
Because a lot of things, because is avyakta which we cannot see. So I think even in our sky, a lot of souls will be roaming around. Means we are at the.
Oh yeah.
Like,
the whole sky is filled with souls waiting for a body. Yeah, they're waiting. They're roaming. They're waiting for an opportunity to get a body. Yes, sir. So what I was trying to tell, if there is a rock down, then water is falling from top. One drop, every minute one drop is falling on the rock continuously for a year. That one drop makes hole in the rock. One drop of water makes a hole in the rock. When the same one drop should fall periodically, every 1 minute, top, 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 top should fall for a year. That will make a hole in the rock. But whatever the amount of water comes out of that one drop, you pour that same entire water on one day and on the rock, nothing will happen to the rock. You understanding the concept?
Yes.
One drop should fall regularly, periodically.
Then only our heart will be pierced. I think.
How to repairs. That's why we are doing this Bhagavad again and again. Same thing I spoke in our Mahim sessions also. I spoke the same thing. No difference. Don't we know everything? Everybody knows whatever I'm speaking. But this should be like a drop. Then only it will make some dent in our heart. Drop, drop, drop. Every day, one shloka, two shloka, three shloka. Then something will come. Something will be realized. Otherwise, I'll read one day entire Bhagavatam and next 1 month I'll sleep. No, it doesn't going to work like that. It doesn't work like that.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. Hare Krishna. So that's why we were chanting. Chant every day, 1 round, 2 round, 3 round, but make it fixed. Same time, same number. If not increasing more, then it will make some dent. Otherwise, no. I'll chant one Ekadashi 64 rounds, and the next 15 days I don't chant even 1 round. No. 1 round every day, same time. Yesterday I was reading this. It's not that how much doing are here one day, but how much you are doing every day. That counts. What are you doing every day? And that is important. Then what you have done in one day. Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna. I don't think any questions are there. Okay. So shall we end it here? If you say yes, then we'll end it here.
Yes.
I won't leave. I will leave you. So evening time. You can have some pani puri.
You should not leave us, Prabhuji.
I don't leave you. I won't leave you. I'll call you. If you don't join the call, I'll call you. Hare Krishna. So everybody joined. Manish Prabhu, Padma Mataji, Kamal Prabhu, Krishna Mataji, Padma Mataji, Sridhar Prabhu also. Okay. Sulekha Mataji, Santa Mataji, Vishnu Prabhu. Earlier, our, who is that name? Kant Prabhu would join and Sunita Mataji would join, but they are not joined. Don't know what they happened.
Today, Shivangi Mataji only sent message. She was not able to join the call.
Shivangi Mataji is not there, yeah. Shivangi Mataji is not there, and who? Our Sanjeev Prabhu is not there. Sunita Mataji and Lakshmikant Prabhu, they also did not join.
No, I think
Okay.
two people left call. Earlier, 12 people were there.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu. So then, thank you very much. So I'll let you go. Hare Krishna, Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam.